Okay, so these are the latest enhancements to the Arduino LiPo capacity battery tester, and made a lot of changes. First of all, I took the power fed off the breadboard and hardwired it over on the side here. Eventually I put this all on the single circuit board. Some of the features now we've incorporated is the ability to set digitally the voltage dropout for the cell. We're defaulting into 3, but you can change that. You can now also digitally set the current rate. Before I had a small pot to do that. Now I have a digipot installed, and Arduino is driving that digipot, which is then controlling the FET. I also have a feedback code in the sketch, which is monitoring that current draw and keeping it within 5% of what the level that was set. Additionally, we have a whole new menu system set up. With the menu system, you're able to set the contrast of the display, the voltage dropout, the current rate, and the interval. So you can now send logging information out through the USB UART port to your PC at specific intervals set from 0 to 60 seconds. That's in the CSV format, so you're able to just import it directly into Excel for manipulation. I've changed the reference voltages for the A to D converters. I've switched that to internal. So those are now referenced at exactly 1.1 volts, so now you can power the Arduino off of either external or USB or whatever you have. It won't affect the measurements. So let's zoom in on the menu system. So I'm going to disable the backlight because the LED backlights are washing out the video. So I'm just going to disable that. So if we reset it, you come up with a splash screen, which you can get by pretty quick. Just tap the encoder button. And now you're presented with a menu system. And you just rotate the encoder to go through the different menu items. If that menu item has a value that pertains to it, it's displayed. So contrast, set contrast is there. You can touch that and now adjust the contrast all the way to a blackout. So I find on my display 59 or 60 is optimum. So you can also set the voltage dropout. It's currently set at 3 volts. Again, just tap, and then you're able to set the voltage. So if you want to set to 2, and let's say 25. So I set the 225. Now if you want to set current, current draw is 300 milliamps, so you can set up to 1,000. This now supports multi-cell, so you can connect LiPo packs of up to 4S. If you do that, use a much larger heatsink on the FET because it'll get quite hot at drawing an amp off of it. Anyway, so if you can set it to an amp, or if you set it to 0, you can then set up milliamps. So if you want to set up, let's say 300, 30, 33, let's say 30, 330. So that's that, and then logging you can set from 0, which is off, as far as 60 seconds in 1-second intervals. So we're going to test this ultra-fire battery real quick, just as a quick demo. So I'm going to set this for a 5-second interval. Let's go back and change the dropout voltage to 3. And then we'll set the current. Let's set the current to, let's set it to 500. So we're ready to go. And just go to start and hit start. So you see that the current ramps up. It doesn't just slam in there. That's the feedback loop that's monitoring that current through the FET. So it's now watching to make sure it stays at 500 or within 5% of that. Then if you look on the monitor, you can see every 5 seconds now there is a log entry going out to the USB UART port. So a lot of changes. Like I said, if you test this on some multiple cells, I would recommend a much larger heatsink on that FET. Other than that, enjoy.